Good morning. Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast. It is Thursday. It's today the 15th.
It is 15th.
Oh, right. Tax day for us. Property tax day for me.
Property tax day for you.
For me.
Seasons of Vermont Box.
Yes.
And I pay all our consigners, and
Yes.
that's why I was so busy.
Ah, yeah. Woo-loo-loo, woo-loo-loo. We don't know what to tell you about Seasons of Vermont because we don't know if we're going to have any left by the time this
I
goes
know,
out.
that's the tricky thing with this going out so late. But I'm going to post on social media when it goes out so that people remember, because
Yep.
we didn't do a lot of...
We did a little chit-chat.
We
in the
did a
last
little
couple
bit.
Weeks.
Yeah, but...
Not as much as normal.
But there might be, but it's a really pretty...
Oh, so beautiful.
set this time too. I mean, it always is, and I always say that, but
So now that we've totally derailed our own
Uh-huh.
podcast here, we are coming to you from our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont, where we sell all kinds of things, woolly yarn related, project bags, knitting needles, crochet hooks, like all sorts of fun stuff.
yep.
Yep. And you can find the store out on social media as Must Love Yarn, and we are pretty much everywhere as Must Love Yarn.
We are, yeah.
Definitely more active on Instagram and Ravelry.
And
Little
a bit
active on
Facebook.
Facebook. But those are definitely the three platforms where
Yeah.
you can find us. And our online shop at mustloveyarn.com.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly
And you can, and this is Gage.
Gage.
Gage. Gage, our podcast meerkat. Our podcast mascot.
Yep. You know, she is our podcast meerkat. too.
The mascot, the meerkat mascot. Say that 3 times fast.
Meerkat moth. I can't. It's too early.
I know,
We're
talk
recording early today. We usually
Yes.
record in the afternoon. So.
My schedule is such that we have to record this morning.
Yeah.
Yay. So you can find me out on social media, Instagram, and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
You can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on what did I say? You can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins. Let me just start completely over. And you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins, and that's correct.
And it goes down at the bottom.
Right.
So,
Thank goodness.
I know. Or we link in show notes, so you can.
That's
just
probably
that
the
way.
safest place. Don't listen to me.
And if you want to follow Gage's adventures out on Instagram, you can follow her at MLY_ Gage _meerkat, I think. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
You might see her sledding with Abigail tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
She
Hilarious.
needs a hat, though. We should whip
I
her up a
know.
little hat
I know I should.
before
shouldn't
her sledding adventures.
I? Or just steal one of the tube socks and put it on her like I did before.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep. So fun times. So we like to start our podcast with a pick of the week. And the way this works is we're going to give you a coupon code, and for 2 weeks from when the podcast airs, you can get 10% off in our online store or in person. If you need a tutorial about how that works or where the coupon code goes, we did that in episode 73 for everybody, because it is a little tricky and a little counterintuitive, I think is maybe the best way to describe it.
Yeah, because it comes almost all the way at the end on the
Yeah.
payment page.
Yeah. And if you have any questions or if you don't think something looks right, please shoot us an email or call us before you put your order through, because we aren't able to do credits after the fact. So just make sure you have that right before the transaction goes through.
Yep.
So what do we got this week for our pick of the week?
So this is a
Well,
brand new yarn to us, and I think it's brand new yarn in general to the company, and it is called Queensland Collection Perth, and it is a sock yarn. It's 80% wool and 20% nylon, so you can use it as a sock yarn, but it's also great for shawls and cowls and anything that you want, really. And it is a fingering weight, and it's a little bit of a heavier fingering weight. It's not one of the really fine ones, but we've got 4 colors,
Take a couple of those.
and they're really fun.
Ooh, those are fun. And it's like great, like marled kind of look.
It is a marled, and if you want to see what they look like knit up, if you follow the link in show notes, then there's little swatches of what they look like knit up on our website. So they are, let's see, I think it's what, 437 yards and 100 grams. They retail for $12.99, which is a great
That is
price.
amazing.
Yeah. So it's a really great price, and you could either have some kind of funky fraternal twin socks if you decide to do socks with them, or you could find where the repeat is and get fairly close. But they are they're really fun. You could use them for so many different things.
These would probably make really awesome sockhead hats.
They would, actually. That would be a really fun project.
Or hitchhiker.
Yeah. So you can have 10% off of these using the coupon code that we're going to give you. But also, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you do decide to order these, there are a couple free patterns that you can choose from. You can either choose from the Aurelia cowl, which is that one there, which is just a fun, quick pattern. And let's see, and that just takes one ball of the yarn and a pair of US 3 needles. And then there's also the Clarice or Clarice, I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, shawl or wrap, I guess they call it. It's really pretty in that yarn, and this takes 2 balls. So just when you're ordering, if you want to keep that in mind, if you do want one of these free patterns to go with it, the cowl just 1 and the wrap 2, and that uses US 3 needles as well.
Nice.
So just put in the comment section whether you want the Clarice wrap or the Aurelia cowl.
Or in fact, if you just can't remember the name of them and put cowl or
yeah,
wrap.
Exactly. We'll know.
We'll know.
Yep.
If you put sock, we'll be like, eh.
Like, sorry.
Does not compute.
Yeah. So the code that we're going to use this week is Weekly Pick Perth. Keep it nice and easy because that's what the yarn is. And I really like this colorway.
I was eyeballing that one too. It's very pretty.
It's different, but I'm really digging it.
Yeah.
I love all of them. I love the rainbowy one too.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Really fun. I love that bright. There's a really bright pop of green in there, and then these two are a little bit more subdued, but they're pretty. Like the really deep, like ultraviolet color in that is lovely, and then this one is just
purples and teals
purple.
and
Yeah, exactly.
greens and I don't know why Kelly and I like that one.
No, not at all.
It's a mystery.
So 10% off Perth this week, and you've got 2 weeks. So it expires on the 30th.
Yes. I was like, wait, yes, that would be correct.
Yep. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So it's definitely hand knit weather out there, which is awesome.
All the hand knits.
All the hand knits. Hand knits everything. So we're both wearing hand knits today.
We are.
Yeah. So I have my hydrangea shawl, which I've worn before. It was a mystery knit along, and I've linked to it. It's fun. It's very warm because it has silk in it, silk and llama. But it's very lightweight. It's not super heavy or bulky.
That's a fiber co, yeah?
Yeah, it's a
Meadow.
Yep, I think it is Meadow. Yep. So it's got
Ange and I both knit that one. I knit the small version, and she knit the bigger one. I have to wear mine sometime.
Yeah, it's fun. I like the yarn. It was a little scratchy when we were knitting with it, but it's one of those ones that softened up huge amount. And I think it had linen and flax in it.
Yes.
And so that's part of why it softens up so much.
Yeah.
And why it was scratchy.
Yeah.
I might have it on backwards. Like the pattern on this is kind of hard to tell sometimes, which is the right and wrong side, but it doesn't really matter.
No, not really.
I also have snug on. Look,
Yay.
I got it done. I have 2 sleeves. It's amazing, and I didn't run out of yarn. I had a moment where I was like,
"It looks really good.
This could be close." Thank you. I'm digging it. Totally digging it. Super warm. Or actually, it's a sport weight, but
awesome.
Yeah, just need to be blocked.
Yeah.
So like I said, in the outtakes or the end part, I think the stitches will relax a little bit, and it'll open up, bloom a little bit because it's a super wash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I am wearing Nanilchik today.
Nice.
Because it's nice and cozy, and it's one of those days where you need nice and cozy. And I have hand knit socks on too. Look.
Nice.
Lollipop yarn, and they're very vanilla, and afterthought heel. Oh, and I have, look, my wool Stegman clogs on too. Because they're cozy. And why not?
Nice. I did not put hand knit socks on today for some reason. I don't know.
Interesting.
I have Darn Tough socks on, which are a good close second.
Yep.
Nice Vermont company.
Yep.
Darn Tough.
They are.
Make the best socks for commercial socks.
Yeah. I like Smart Wool too.
Smart Wool.
I have a bunch of, my socks are either hand knit or Smart Wool, except for like my running socks, but those are a different story, so
Yes.
they don't count. Actually, I have a lot of Smart Wool running socks too.
Because they do. And actually, Darn Tough has a bunch of running socks too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So I clearly have one finished object, which is the snug. I actually have a second finished object, you guys. So I finished snug over the weekend, and I was like, I need to knit something else, and I need something that's going to be quick. So
Look at that.
I knit a bulky hat in about an evening. So this is Perky Little Hat.
Nice. What yarn is that? That's fun.
It is Legacy
Is
Fiber
it
Arts.
Legacy? I
Yeah.
wondered if it was.
It's their bulky yarn.
Is that
and,
Castle on the Hill? No.
Crack in the Sidewalk.
Crack in the Sidewalk, yeah.
Crack on the Sidewalk. So I just used the directions the pattern called for. It's on 15s. I have yarn left over. I could not find the right size pom-pom maker for the pom-pom that I wanted to make for this hat. It's there somewhere. I have to find it.
So pom-pom to come.
Pom-pom to come. I do believe I have enough yarn to also do a pom-pom.
Nice.
So if you're looking at the yardage, but any sort of bulky yarn will do. And this was really like a hour to hour and a half ish worth of knitting. Super fast. So if you're looking for, last minute kind of gifty things, the bulky yarn is where to go, and it makes great hats. So
Nice.
yeah.
I know. They're super quick for gifts and...
I don't know what I'm going to do with this, if it's going to go in the gift bin or if I'm going to keep it. Though I do have like a whole bag of hand knit hats, like more hats than I could ever wear.
I know.
Ever. But I need more hats, guess. Hats are fun.
Hats are fun. I really like knitting them in between projects, just as something quick to give you that satisfaction.
Well, and I'm also was still just sort of stumped about what I was going to use this Yarn Baby for, so I was buying myself some time.
Literally.
Literally buying myself some time. And then I ended up casting on something entirely different, so I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
So you're working on your hat shawl?
I am.
Nice.
I have no finished projects this week, but I have one that's super close to being finished.
Woo!
The knitting is done.
That is awesome.
I've got ends to weave in, and I've got steeking to do, but look at how
Whoa.
awesome that looks.
That is so
Isn't that
amazing.
fun?
That is really fun.
Yeah, so
I love those colors together.
I know, isn't it great? So there's my purl stitches, my column of purl stitches. I've got a couple columns of purl stitches for where the steek is going to happen. I tried it on. It fits awesome.
Yay.
And you do this collar here, and it actually gets folded over and sewn down, so it's a double thickness of collar,
Nice.
which is really nice. But you wait until you do the zipper, because if there's extra zipper that you fold under,
Hide it. in
you
there.
you fold this over and kind of cover that edge, so you don't have to worry about that kind of poking you or just
Or
getting
it's,
in the
like,
way.
sticking out weird.
Yeah,
or- yeah.
yeah. So that's a really nice feature with that. I still have to graph the underarms too. And then what you do when you're steeking, because you usually do it from the front side when you sew it, because you do have those nice 2 columns of purl stitches where you can really see them nicely. I mean, I could put it inside out and do it that way, but you go through and you pull all your ends to the front so you can see them and make sure you sew over the top of them and catch them, because when you go to cut it, you want to make sure you've caught all of those strands. Because I did a spit splice with the gray, it's just going to be in the yoke section where I have to pull the ends through. So that won't take too long. I'm hoping to get to that this weekend. I've got to block it so that I have a nice flat surface for sewing and steeking. So I'm going to get it blocked. It's a thicker yarn, so it'll take a little bit longer to dry. I'm going to hopefully get it blocked maybe this afternoon.
Though sometimes this yarn dries, particularly if you like roll it in a towel and get as much water out.
I have that spin dryer,
right,
and that gets things just so it's just damp to the touch, which is so nice.
Because this yarn seems to dry really quickly because it does. Just the way it's spun.
Yeah, it does. So I am just really happy with this. I can see wearing this a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I do love the pattern.
It's really cool.
That's on here. I did leave one row out because I did it on purpose because I'm one of those weird people. I really like symmetry. And there was one extra row on here which would have made this like a different shape on the bottom, would have made it a little bit more teardrop shape, but I liked it more round. So I just left a round out.
Whatever works.
But so it's a little bit unique to the pattern, but hey, you got to do things the way you like it, right?
And that's the fun part about knitting is you can do those things.
You can customize things so easily. Yeah. So I just am smitten with this. I really
it turned out really well. I love those colors together.
I know. Yeah. I'm gonna just get so much wear out of this.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really warm. So I probably won't wear it a lot inside, but
it'll be a nice like jacket. Well, I mean, like a day like today,
like
you really could just cozy up in it.
Yeah. Well, in that back office,
it's a little chilly.
It stays cool unless it gets really sunny in the late afternoon. So I tend to wear lots of layers back there. So yeah, I'm so psyched about this knit, and I can't wait to. That's the good thing. I really, really want to wear this, so it's not going to be one of those that I'm going to be like, oh, I have to still do this steek and just throw it aside and wait. Yeah. I really, really want it to be done. So
you can wear it.
So that I can wear it, yeah.
So stay tuned. Depending on how well the steeking goes this weekend, maybe Kelly will.
The video might be
wearing that next week when we podcast.
Yep.
It would be fun.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It'd be fun.
I know. And that means that you'll have a tutorial video on sewing machine sewn steek.
Yeah. Be cool. Cool.
I'll do one for a crochet steek too at some point. Maybe I'll make another one and then do a crochet steek.
It'd be such a hardship, wouldn't it? Such a hardship.
I know, right?
Though I don't know about you, but I always think like, oh, I'm going to make another one of these in another color. I think I've mentioned with Throwback, like I should make another one. And then I never do because I get distracted with all of the new patterns
I know.
that are out.
It's hard. I haven't done a throwback yet. Maybe I'll do a throwback and steek it.
There you go.
I know there's a lot of people who have done that.
There you go. That was a fun sweater. Super fun.
It's a really pretty sweater too. There's so many great color combinations that I've seen too.
Amazing. The sky's the limit.
I know. I'm thinking of maybe using the wool stock to do one.
That would be a good.
It's a really lovely yarn.
If I was going to knit a second one, that's what I would use.
Yep. Either that or we got the Weekend Woolen from Green Mountain Spinnery, and that's a really nice yarn.
That's true. Or some combination. The nice thing about the wool stock is they have those 50-gram color schemes.
I know.
So that's really all you need for the color work part.
And then if you wanted to use one of the 150-gram big skeins for the body, you'd only need just a few of them. So I know we had a couple people that ordered yarn for the Weekender, the wool stock for the Weekender, which is great, and they're beautiful. The ones that I've seen, they posted on Instagram, and they're just stunning. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent.
So that's the, I'm not sure if it's Hela or Hela, I don't know, sweater. It's actually called a short cardigan, but I turned it into the jacket.
Again, you can customize.
Exactly. Yep.
As long as you adjust whatever yardage you have.
I've got this little super lightweight LL Bean jacket, and I love the way that fits me. And actually, I measured that. I measured the body and I measured the sleeve length, and I used that for this jacket. So, and I'm going to turn the light back on. Hang on.
Okay. So we're podcasting before the store is open, so there's nobody here to turn the motion sensor lights back on.
Right.
Except us.
So
the one downside of motion sensor lights.
Right.
People have to be moving.
Yeah, you know. It's good in the afternoon, like if I'm here by myself and I'm working on the computer up front too much or something. If it's a quieter evening, I have to get up like every 20 minutes, and it's kind of like, the Fitbits and the Apple Watch that remind you to get up and move.
You've been sedentary for too long.
I know. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
So I've made some progress on the palmistry mitts.
Nice.
Let me find which bag. Let me pick which bag in my giant bag of bags.
That can be our podcast.
Giant bag of bags. Yeah, that's a good title.
Yarn in the giant bag of bags.
Bag of bags.
Aww.
So I am doing the increase for the thumb gusset. It's interesting. It only has you do it on one side. Yeah. But I'm just going to follow directions and we'll see.
How about you do it on one side for one and the opposite side for the other, and then that would,
Yeah. Yep.
Then it'll kind of twist it to the side that you want it to be on, which will be kind of nice.
So these are for a small little person in my house. The yarn was approved. It does, depending on what it's next to, it reads blue or sometimes like a really dark violet, but which is strange because the color, it's Into the World yarn, but the color is called Into the Black. So, but there's like no black in here. So unless it's a reference that I'm just missing, and if it is, somebody will tell me.
Let us know.
To something. I love the colorway.
It is fun. Really nice.
Getting some nice little stripes.
Yeah, you are.
Stripes there. Little micro stripes.
That's cute.
And I'll have plenty of yarn left over. I mean, mitts don't take very much.
Especially for
yeah, I could do a hat, or I could, make myself a pair of matching mitts. Make one for my other child. Like, we all have matching sets.
There you go.
Matchy. So I've just been kind of picking away at that. As soon as I get one done, like, the pressure will be on from said child. Like, where's the other one? Where's the other one? So I have to plan accordingly, I guess.
So you won't get second mitten syndrome because
no,
you'll have somebody getting after you.
I'm actually usually pretty good about that, and usually the way I combat that is to, as soon as I get done with the first one, immediately pass on the second one. Yeah. And then just having it on the needles just makes you work on it, really. Yeah. So, I don't know. I didn't really run into that too much with socks or mittens or things. It's more of just starting them in general.
Yeah.
So I started a new thing.
You did?
I did.
Excellent.
I know. Well, I still can figure out what I'm doing with the sweater, so I thought, you guys, I keep talking about knitting Winter Lake, the worsted weight shawl. Yeah. And I just haven't done it. I hadn't even caked up the yarn. And so finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go cake up the yarn. And then once I get it caked up, of course I have to cast it on because it's right there ready for me. So I've finished the first section, and I'm working on the second section.
That's pretty.
Thank you.
Oh, that keeps reminding me. We have another pattern that a lovely designer gave us a coupon code for.
Oh, cool.
And we should take advantage of it. We should tell everybody. I'll get everything ready so we can announce that because we have one to give away as well.
Okay. So this is my 3 skeins of yarn for the Winter Lake shawl, and we actually talked about the shawl quite a bit and did a giveaway. The designer is a sort of friend of the podcast, and as always, as a new design's coming out, kind of lets us know. She has some great stuff, and it's
I love worsted weight shawls.
Yeah. So Kristen Kimsey is the designer. She's Greta and the Bear on Instagram if you want to follow her. She's got some cool stuff. But this is the shawl.
That's so pretty with the cables on
that beautiful cable. So the green on the picture is my variegated, and the black is my hot pink, and I'm doing the gray with the gray because it's will show the cable very nicely. I did go up to a size 8, it's US 8, so the pattern calls for a 7. And I was worried, with shawls, a lot of times you want them to be more drapey, and so I was worried if I used a 7, it would be too stiff, and I think I'm getting a pretty nice fabric.
Yeah, especially
with the
because
8.
you knit tighter.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
So that's the one modification. I did not check my gauge. There is a section in the pattern about checking your gauge because the yardage is kind of tight on the cabled section. But I'm just, you guys know me, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, and I'll figure it out if I run out of yarn. Probably will involve a frantic email to Christy at Fiber Stash. Can I get another skein of?
And Christy is the best,
yeah.
and she'd be like, of course.
She would laugh at me first and then be like, yes.
She'd be like, you didn't check your gauge, did you?
I know, she totally would. Be like, nope, I did not. You know me. And it was a shawl. So I think I'll be fine. I
cute.
usually don't have that problem running out of yarn.
Speaking of Fiber Stash.
Oh my gosh. I saw all of that in the back.
I've got to get it all checked in and put in
So
the
we
system.
restocked.
We restocked. So keep an eye if you're looking for some beautiful fingering weight yarn. We're gonna be I'm gonna be getting that up. I've got to photograph all of the new colorways. There's some that we've had before, and I can just get those up. But that's going to be kind of trickling into the store. So we've got Twinkle Toes, Tweety Toes, and Strong Toes, and we've got some of the mini skein sets as well. So keep an eye out for Fiber Stash. Her yarn is just lovely.
I saw that and I immediately turned around and walked away because I was like, nope, don't even,
know.
nope.
Our 2 employees were both like, oh, I could just dive right into that. It's beautiful. There's a lot of it, but we really needed it. And Christy just kind of finished up her fall, early winter show season with the New England Fiber Festival. So then she popped in and we kind of rated what she had. And I think she's got another one Slater Mill. She does that one a lot of times too, and that one's kind of late winter.
So she also does have some DK and worsted yarn, which I don't think that we got any of. If you guys are interested in that weight of yarn, just let us know. We're happy to bring some in.
Yeah.
The fingering does really well, which is why
We should try to schedule another trunk show with her.
She is going to be at the retreat show, but yes, we should.
We did one in what?
December
last year, and that was really fun. We should
check with her and see if she wants to come in a couple weeks before Christmas and do one.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Her stuff is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I spend way too much money. And
we could actually ask Legacy if they want to do one too. I don't know how busy they are, but
that would be fun. Okay, yeah, we should.
It's always fun having both of those.
I just any kind of
around.
trunk show is so much fun.
I love listening to the chatter and the excitement over the yarn when, because if we get a pretty good group of people in here, it's just you can tell there's just such excitement about the yarn and projects and knitting, and it just, it's fun. It's so fun.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway,
so yeah,
we're just doing more planning on the podcast.
We should do that. That's fun.
Yeah,
it's super fun. And then,
yes.
Anyway.
So yes, you had mentioned I am still
working
away on my hap shawl, and this is kind of a good project because right now it's just a lot of garter. I can just kind of pick it up and put it down, so in between other projects, because I was doing really good being monogamous, working on projects are semi-monogamous.
What?
Monogamous.
What?
But, for something like this where I'm just sitting, or if, I'm just feeling completely exhausted at the end of the day, I can just pick this up and my hands know what to do.
Or as Abigail would say, "What's that noise?"
She does.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Okay.
She's always so quiet when I'm around her, so I haven't really gotten to hear her chit-chat.
We should have a party or something, and she'd warm up pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah. She's a chatterer.
Do you have more whipses?
I don't. This is it.
I have one more whip. So I finished the knitting on one sweater.
Nice.
So I had to start the knitting on another sweater.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
So this is one that you all know about a little bit, and the knitting hasn't gotten very far, but because I got my supply of, did I end up printing the picture? So I had talked about this one. It is using Wing and a Prayer Farm, all the single ladies. Oh yeah, the pattern and the picture didn't print very well. It's really hard to see. But I am knitting Little Twigs, which is a pullover sweater. It's pretty plain kind of in the bottom, but in the yoke area, there's this really cool texture that looks like little twigs and branches that goes across the top. So that's all I have done right now. It's bottom up, so you do the sleeves and then you do, the main body of the sweater. But it's a really nice yarn to knit with. Use
your imagination, folks.
Yeah, use your imagination. I have a link to it in show notes. There's the swatch, so you can see what it knits like.
That's beautiful.
It's super, super soft. It's 100% Shetland. And I think the sweater and the yarn are going to pair really well together. One isn't going to overpower the other. They're just going to complement each other really well. So this is Shetland. This is Shetland.
You see a theme here?
See a theme? I know. And it's so funny. This time of year is so gray. A lot of times I end up knitting with really bright colors. But this year, gray, oatmeal, gray. Yeah, so I don't know what my deal is. But anyway, speaking of Wing and a Prayer Farm, I went down to Tammy's on Tuesday with Carol, because Tammy needed some help doing a few things. So we labeled a whole bunch of yarn for her. Nice. And got that done. And then she needed help measuring the lambs for some jackets. So, oh darn, twist my arm.
That sounds like such a rough day.
I know, it was so challenging. No, it wasn't. Snuggling the little lammies. So yeah, we drove down. It snowed and was sleet for most of the way, but when we got down there, actually it cleared out and she didn't have any snow by the time we left, because she's a couple hours south of us. So when I was there, she's like, oh, do you want more yarn for the store? I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
So I've got a box in my car that is Tammy's yarn. We've got a Taconic Twist, and there's also an alpaca and wool blend that I brought in too. So keep an eye on the website. I will be getting those up. I'm waiting for the invoice from Tammy on that so that I can get all the pricing in and take some pictures and get that up. So the Taconic Twist is really lovely. I actually bought some of it last year or the year before, and I haven't used it yet. And it's a sport weight yarn, and I've got quite a bit for the store in naturally dyed colors. So it's really, really lovely.
Awesome.
So that's that. And there is a little bit, if anybody's interested, there is some skeins of all the singles ladies still here in the store. We've got the gray. Tammy doesn't have any more of the gray, so what we have is kind of it. She does have some in a lighter color that she's been dyeing, which it was still soaking wet, so I didn't get any of that when I was down there. Yeah.
Nice.
That's the scoop with that.
Nice. So we have some events coming up that we're pretty excited about. So with the retreat, we have closed registration because the slots have sold.
Yep.
We will have a wait list. So if you're interested in coming and would like to be put on the wait list, please just email us at hello@mustloveyarn.com. And if for some reason we have somebody that can't go or a slot does open up, we will get in touch with you to let you know. So thank you to everybody who has signed up. We are so excited. And now comes the fun part of planning and all the really fun detail. I mean, we've done a lot of the planning, but just putting together, the stuff behind the scenes, like the goodie bags and doing menus and food and all of that fun stuff. Pretty excited. The fun things. I would say for those of you who have signed up, we'll send out the survey with a lot of the questions that we still need answered, probably in early January, like just to get everybody through the holidays. So
don't panic if you don't see anything from us.
You haven't missed it.
Yeah. And by then too, we'll probably know how many day passes we'll have available. We'll have tickets going up for that and marketplace tickets as well.
Yep. So we're going to finalize some of those details now that we have sold the slots for the people that are staying the weekend.
So that'll probably be early January, to mid-January. So if for anybody who's been
stocking
looking for that, and we'll announce it before we put it up so that you'll know when those are going up.
Going to be available. Yep. So that's the update on the retreat. We do have a couple classes that are running November and December, and so there's still a few spaces in those. There's a couple really cool ones about knitting simple gifts, and then an ornaments one.
Yep.
So those would be really fun for last minute stuff in December, and so we have provided the links for those. And then we've got Small Business Saturday, which is also when we do our anniversary party or anniversary fun times for the store. Yep. So we've been here for 3 years now.
I know.
Seems like it hasn't been that long.
And
some days
I know
feels like longer.
I know. It's
day.
really interesting how it just can feel so different in different ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are, as a part of our celebration, doing a food drive. So we are going to be collecting non-perishable food items, and we will be taking cash donations. But, of course, we always like to give out prizes and incentives for people to participate. So for every 2 items, non-perishable food items that you bring in, or for every $5 that you donate in cash, we will give you an entry for a chance to win one of 2 $50 Must Love Yarn gift certificates.
Yep.
So actually, here's a question. If on the cash piece, if people wanted to do that, could we set up an online place where not people here in the store could do cash donations and enter? That's probably way too complicated.
We might be able to.
Through Shopify?
We probably could. We probably could. Yeah, if that's something that people are interested in doing. We can do that.
So, if you're not local to us and you want to participate, and that's why, of course, we would always encourage you to donate to your local food
because we're
shelf.
Collecting food for the Chittenden Emergency Food Shelf here in Burlington.
Yep. But if you'd like to participate in ours, we'll see if we can set up a page where you
I don't know why we couldn't, because we could just do a $5 amount, and then people can buy as many as they want, and then we'll just fill out the little entries
and add them for the drawing.
And toss those in to the drawing, too.
Yeah, we'll do that. So if you want to donate online, or if you're local to us and you're going to be away for the weekend and you want to participate, that would be a way. We could probably put that up.
I was going to say we can do that. We can do that ahead of time.
Yeah. So we'll get that page up. So if you'd like to enter that way by making a donation, you can do that. So for every $5 an entry, or for 2 non-perishable food items that you bring into the store.
Yep. Because we're doing the gift cards are digital.
So we just would need an email, and when you check out, we get that. So we'll do that.
So
people can participate in multiple ways.
Yep.
Awesome.
And a chance to win a gift certificate. We'll have 2. That's the bonus,
Yeah, super fun.
Doing some good and getting a bonus.
Absolutely. So on top of that, if over that weekend, if you're ordering from our online shop, you can have free shipping for the domestic United States with the code FREESHIP3, and that's the number 3. And I think last week of the podcast I was like, I'm going to put it down at the bottom, and then when I was editing, I totally forgot that I had that extra thing. So it's
in show notes. So,
try to remember this week. So put it down. So that free shipping is going to be running from Thursday the 22nd through Sunday the 25th. So we're going to run it all weekend for folks.
Hold that thought.
And then we'll have other fun things going on in the store as well in celebration of Small Business Saturday. There's always, Kelly was talking about the Plymouth, was it Plymouth Yarn with the money off for $10 coupon if you spend $50.
Yeah, and last year they did it, so that it was for a purchase in December, I think. It was like December through 1st, or after you got the extra. Mm-hmm. But it's for your purchase on that day, which is nice.
That is nice.
So, $50 purchase or more of Plymouth yarns, and of course you can have other things in your cart, but it has to be at least $50 of Plymouth yarn. You get $10 off.
Yep. And they could buy a variety of different Plymouth yarns.
Yep.
Right? It doesn't have to be $50 of one kind.
No, as long as there's $50 or more of Plymouth yarn.
Awesome.
Then they get.
Cool, and that's for the first 20. There's 20 of those available.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, but we can't combine that. So if we are, we're planning on doing some other discounts and things in the store, the Plymouth wouldn't be part of other discounts.
Okay. Unless you were buying less than $50 and weren't getting that $10 off.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
It's amazing how quickly this stuff gets complicated.
I know. I know.
So we've got a couple of knit-alongs going right now. Mm-hmm. We've got our Mitten Tree Cal that's running through the end of November, and we've had a ton of stuff come in from folks, both locally and from afar, but a lot of stuff from people afar. We're really touched by
the generosity of everybody. Yeah, you guys are just blowing us away.
It's amazing. Mm-hmm. Super amazing.
Yep.
So we've got those threads going, and then we're just doing our holiday along, which is going to run through the end of December, which is basically just like take a thing that you've crafted or done or a tradition and tell us how it means the holidays to you, and we'll draw some prizes out of the one thread. I did not do a separate FO chatter thread. It's all in one thread. So there's basically participation prizes this time.
Yeah.
So at any level, so feel free to comment or chatter away on that thread. We're not restricting that thread in any way.
Yeah, because we're gonna do one that's our pick, and then we'll do a random.
Exactly.
So.
Yep. And if we get our act together, we may do more prizes than that. But those are the ones that we've come up with so far. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got. I was very good. I don't have any acquisitions or anything this week.
I don't this week. I actually got some books last week, which I talked about, but I didn't bring them in. And I don't think... No, I don't have any acquisitions from this time either. I have to get a pair of US 4 9-inch needles because I want to do those little mitts that I told my mom I'd do for her for a gift for a friend.
Yep.
So they'll zoom along on those. Mm-hmm. And I thought I had some, but I don't know if I do.
You can't find them?
No.
I can't remember if I talked about it.
They're so little.
I know. Last week on the podcast, but I did put all of my double points in the case that I bought at Rhinebeck. I had 7 pairs of US 2s. I don't know how that happened. 4 of them are Clover brand US 2s. I have no idea.
That's so funny.
But I do not appear to have, or I could not find 7s and 8s. I know I have 7s and 8s. They have to be just in a bag somewhere, and I just am not finding them. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
It was very weird. But it's nice because I have them all in one place, so now I can see oh, I probably need fill in the blank.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was fun. I had a nice pile of wrappers. I, for the most part, kept my needles in the packaging that they come in. So it makes me a little nervous to be getting rid of all of that packaging because now I got to just deal with the needles themselves without the package. But
I did when I first started knitting. I kept all the packages and put everything in the packages, and then I was just like, I can't stand having all these packages everywhere. And then I started like finding a different ways of storing things.
That's kind of what I've gone to. It's been easy because I have like a little like Tupperware plastic bin that all of them have lived in. But then they've started to migrate out, and then I started to get interchangeable sets. And anyway,
I pretty much exclusively knit in my interchangeable circular needles now. Because I'm not a fan of double points. Never really have been. So I do Magic Loop, and the only other thing that I do have are the 9-inch and 12-inch circulars for small circumference knitting. And I think I'm going to get a case, like a double point case, and put like my 9 and my 12 together of like my 8s and my 7s, my 6s, my 5s, and then keep them that way. And
I think a lot of those places sell ones that are specific for fixed circulars.
Yeah, but those are so tiny that they'll stand up perfectly, like in, a case like that, I think.
Yep.
So that I won't really have to have anything like that. So I can just get kind of like either a straight needle case, because the 12-inch would be kind of long. And so I could get like a straight needle case for like a 14-inch straight needle,
and then just
slide it in that way.
Yeah.
And then I can have my 12s and my 9s right next to each other.
That's true.
Because it'd be like a pair of needles,
Yeah. That's a good... See, Kelly. Always thinking.
Or I might just make one, or have my mom make me one.
That's true, too.
So.
That is true, too.
Like a little needle roll. Cat's Paws has done some for us before.
Yeah.
But we don't have any of the bigger ones right now, so.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. Oh, and just one, we had talked about these lovely little snap and go cases, and how we were going to be getting some in. They have shipped, so we don't have them in yet. But we are going to be getting them very, very soon. So we'll have those up, and we're going to do some that are going to be just the case. So if you have all your needles and notions you want. And then we're going to be putting together some that are going to have all the little bits and bobs in them of, like darning needle, a little pair of snips, and
the
stitch markers, and fix-it tool, and things like that. So keep an eye out for those. We'll also just let you know. I've got quite a few of them coming, and they come in assorted colors.
And I have to get another one.
I know. They really are super handy. And I actually have some of like my nice progress keepers and things in here, because it's a hard case, so they won't get beat up.
I did that with mine too. I've just been kind of adding things as
And then I've got like my locking stitch markers, some round stitch markers. My fix-it tool fits in that big section here.
Yes, that's a wine glass.
My cable needles fits in here. I've got a really big darning needle because of, working on the bulky sweater. I needed a bigger one, but
can I just say it took me a very embarrassing long period of time to figure out that you flip it over this way and that this one just flops over like that. Because I literally I thought it was attached, and so I kept trying to like open one of these, and it wasn't working. And then I was popping this bottom part off, because it didn't even register that it would just flip over.
Well,
They're
really, really handy.
I've done a silly thing, so now you don't have to.
Yeah, I like it, and I like that they're small, but they're hard plastic, so they protect all your stuff.
Yep.
And I can find it easy. So I've been switching this from bag to bag, but I can just reach into my bag and I know exactly where it is.
And there's a lot. You can fit a lot of stuff in here.
Fit a lot of stuff in there.
I mean, I have a couple of like Altoides type tins that I've used for stuff. You cannot fit as much stuff in those as you can in here, and everything gets all tangled together in those Altoid tins because they're not separated into compartments.
Yep.
That's what is so awesome about this.
Yeah, they're great. So we're going to have some more. We're going to have some coming in, and we'll get those out just as soon as we can.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
I know.
All kinds of fun things.
Yep. And Sarah, who's the woman who sells them, wholesales them, she's been really great to work with. So
Awesome.
Yeah, gotta love that.
Yes.
Yep. Is that all we have for this week?
I think so, though we are at over an hour.
Yeah, but that includes our outtakes too.
I know.
So
I know.
our actual podcast is
Kinda
less than
short.
an hour, which
Yeah.
is actually fine. I know people are busy and have things to do, so I know
Yeah.
I've got to plan food for Thanksgiving. And
I do too. I posed the question to my family, which I should not do, because I'm pretty sure that meal planning is not a democracy in my house. I got like 7 suggestions for pies, and that was it.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Because, pie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So when Carol and I went down to help Tammy,
Yeah.
she made us lunch because we were just, she wanted to thank us for our help.
Nice.
And so we had a really amazing soup that she made and had some really tasty roasted veggies and stuff in it. But she also made a pie while we were there that we had for dessert. She made a pear ginger pie. Oh my God, it was so good. I actually have a couple pieces of it at home. I should have
Do
brought
we
one
still
for you.
have her pie plate?
No, I took it back to her.
Okay, good.
I gave that back to her
Because that was a
last time. Not
year or so ago.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Oh, I gave it to her. I gave it to SJ, her daughter, when they came to visit one
Okay.
time.
Okay, because I've had that moment every once in a while. Like, it's usually in the middle of the night, and I'm like, I still have Tammy's pie plate.
Nope.
Okay.
We got it back to her.
Okay. And then I always forget to ask you, like, is it still here or not? Or do I need to
No.
take it? Okay, good.
No, we got it back to her, so. Nope.
Voice.
Yeah, so.
She makes the best stuff food-wise. She's amazing.
Yeah.
In the
She was
kitchen.
telling us she's actually already planning her pies for next year. She's got like brides who are coming in, and she's got people on the schedule through next fall. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? I know.
That's amazing.
Her pies are really good though.
Fantastic.
So
Super good.
yeah. Yep.
So I've got to probably, we got a little bit of time. I'm headed to Williams School for the harvest lunch today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
Very nice.
happening today.
Cool. Very cool.
Yep. Cafeteria food is a whole new world. It's not the cafeteria food from when I was in school, that's
A lot
for
of
sure.
schools have their own garden, and they're teaching kids about, gardening, and it helps.
school does.
Do they? Yeah, and it helps them, know where their food comes from, and it engages them more. And I think it really helps with, especially picky eaters, if they help kind of with some of the
He
growing and
has a
processing.
salad bar.
Really?
They have a salad bar.
I would have loved to have had a salad
Yeah.
bar as a kid.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
I think he does salad just for the ranch dressing, but that's okay.
Hey.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a salad and fruit bar.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And all this food is, made. They try to source as much local ingredients as
Wow.
possible, and it's like, it's a whole new world of school lunches.
Yeah. Yeah, I know more and more schools are working on their lunch programs. So.
Yeah. No, it's pretty incredible. Like
Yeah.
the menu, when I remember to print it off and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm going to come eat at your school.
I know, right?
It's amazing.
That's so funny.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm.
Cool. Go get your swatch. It's coming along.
It's coming.
Awesome.
Coming. So,
Cool.
all right.
So we've had quite a few new viewers. So as
Yes,
always,
thank
we will
you.
say thank you for checking us out, and we hope that you enjoy the podcast. And of course, our returning viewers, we
Thank you.
love and adore you. And I know quite a few of our viewers are coming to the retreat, so it's going to be
Yes.
so fun to put faces to names.
And I love all of the pocket meerkats that are showing up out on Instagram. We do still have pocket meerkats. So if you want one, the way that works is if you put in an order with us, just in the comment section, ask for Pocket Meerkat, and we'll put one in. And if you don't want to put in an order, we will invoice you separately. You just need to send us an email.
Just
to hello@mustloveyarn.
Yep.
And we will ship those internationally as well, and we have sent quite a few of them out.
We sent, oh my gosh, so Netherlands, Belgium,
Canada for sure,
Yukon Territory.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. And all over the U.S. So they're popping up everywhere.
I know.
It's really fun.
So fun.
And Bonnie, your prize is in the mail. She was our first prize winner from the MLY Meerkat game.
Pocket Meerkat went on a cruise.
Super
fun.
Yeah. So keep posting with your meerkats, because you never know when we're going to draw for another prize.
Oh, yeah.
And we sent some super miniature. They were super miniature progress keepers off to Bonnie. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Super fun.
Really fun. So anyway, thanks again to everybody for watching.
Yes.
And we'll pop in for a quick episode at least before Thanksgiving. So we will wish you happy Thanksgiving then. But
I'll have to load it at my house, so it'll probably upload at some point over Thanksgiving. Maybe.
So we can say happy Thanksgiving now, in case, it's after Thanksgiving by the time you watch the next podcast. So, and have a great weekend this weekend.
Yes.
Stay warm. I know a lot of places are very cold. And everybody in California, oh my God, our hearts go out to you.
I've been watching some of the footage online, and I know. I grew up out in that area, so I have dealt with that and have had, not at that level, but it's terrifying, and it's amazing how quickly those wildfires run.
I know. Some of the footage they were showing, it's heartbreaking, and a lot of people have lost their lives in it already. So,
and I saw one of a woman who rode out on her horse, and the two of them she made out with the clothes on her back and the horse, and then she got to a parking lot area, and they were trying to evacuate people out, and they were trying to find a trailer to get the horse, and she had to leave her horse. And with some of the first responders, and they managed to find a trailer and load the horse onto the trailer as the last, and it was a utility trailer that had all these tools and stuff in it. And
there were people coming down actually from Oregon and Washington with their horse trailers to help evacuate, because California is a big horse country. There's a lot of ranches out there. And it's just,
the update I did see on that one online was that owner and horse were reunited, so they did find each other again.
Good. Oh,
yeah.
It's heartbreaking. I know. It's just unbelievable, the amount of destruction that's come. So if you're in California, please stay safe. And
now that we've totally downed the
I know. You can watch our outtakes, which weren't super goofy this time, but
some more chit chatty.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we will see you guys next week.
Next week.
Bye.
We're all good luck, right? Look, I'm swatching.
No. That's pretty. Oh, is that the CC's guy?
Yeah.
It's really pretty. It looks so different caked up than when
it
was in the skein. It's really pretty. It's pretty.
I figured I can't decide what pattern I want to use this for, so I might as well knit a swatch on 7s and just see where I am, because I'm waffly. There was a new pattern that got released yesterday. I gotta stay off Ravelry, because every time I go on to Ravelry, I'm like, oh, I want to make that. And people who don't listen to their voicemail messages.
Don't you love that? You leave a detailed message with everything they need to know, and then they call you back, and they're like, did you want something?
Did you just call? And you're like, yes, and clearly you did not listen to the voicemail message I just left you. It's fine. It's people. It's people. So let's see if this pattern is still over.
Ooh, so these are on their way.
I'm so excited.
I know.
So excited. So, these little scissors, which I already had, I don't know if you had tracked down scissors that might
I haven't looked yet. I'm gonna, I've got to put in another needle order.
I'm shocked by that. These
Oh,
guys
those are cute.
fit in here.
Oh, they're really cute.
So they're little snips that I just,
Okay.
they're starting to go dull because I've had them for like probably
Yeah.
a decade or more, but they
I bet there's some. I bet I can get some from Bryson because
I bet these might be Bryson ones. I don't know where these were a gift.
those are cute.
Made in Pakistan. They look like something that Bryson would have.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so that
Yeah,
size works.
the enamel coated ones like we have had that are on back order.
Ugh.
But yeah, I could get. I'm gonna at some point try to put together a needle order and
Okay.
hopefully today, maybe today or tomorrow, because if we do get the snowstorm, I'm gonna be at home and thankfully I can do everything from home anyway.
Yeah, no, that would be good. That one just came out, got released.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
I like it because it's got pockets,
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
a little bit of texture.
It's long too.
It is. It's a worsted on 7s, 17 stitches per 4 inches. So it's
that's 4 1/4.
4 1/4. I mean, it's pretty. It's meant for like an alpaca.
You might even have to go to 8.
That's
to
what I
get
was.
4 1/4.
That's what I was thinking. I have enough yarn. I mean, it's meant to be more like a jacket kind of thing, but it's kind of.
That's cute. I like it. I like the detail on the back too.
Yeah, the little like square thing. All right, guys, so that's the one I'm looking at. They love it. It's called Winter Square.
And it has the little square in the middle of
Yeah,
the back.
I'm thinking that.
Probably not.
It doesn't. We can't see it, but when I edit back, a lot of times they show up better.
in detail. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one just came. That one just came across my. You might like this pattern, and I was like, ooh. So
Nice.
I'm knitting my swatch, so I have a better idea of where my gauge is going with this yarn, and then I can make some decisions about what I want to cast on. So, wah, wah, wah. So it is really cold outside.
For early, it's early for it to be this cold.
It's in the teens, or was in the teens this morning.
Yeah, it was like 14 degrees at my house this morning.
And with the wind chill, because it's windy as well, it's
Better this morning.
Yeah,
yesterday was
yesterday
ridiculous.
was horrible.
That
and
felt
windy.
like January.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, like I think I want to say low teens or single digits with the wind chill yesterday.
With the wind chill, it was like I think 8 or 9.
Yeah. What?
I know. I didn't even let my chickens out. I have to make a little jacket for a couple of my chickens because they molted
Oh.
and their backs are bare.
Oh no.
I know. So I have a little heat lamp in their coop.
Yeah.
I don't have a heat lamp bulb in it right now. I have just a regular bulb.
Yeah.
But it keeps it like right at freezing, right at 32 degrees. Because my husband really insulated the coop.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna leave them in this morning until I can get her little coat.
It's cold. And it's not supposed to warm up, and then we're supposed to get some snow like tonight and tomorrow.
3 to 6 inches in the valleys, even more in
Yeah.
the mountains. So my in-laws, they live over on the eastern side of the state. This last storm that we had on Tuesday,
Yeah.
they got 10 inches.
What? Oh my God.
It's winter there.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have a little bit of a crusty snow on our lawn, but
Yes.
like it's winter over there.
Abigail declared when we got up, was it Tuesday, that she was going to go sledding immediately. Like, she was putting on her stuff to go sledding. I was like, there's not enough snow.
That is too cute.
She's like, sledding!
That is really cute.
It's ridiculous. So funny. Well, if we get, 3 to 6, she'll be able to go sledding.
Yeah, she will.
So, she's
Yeah.
pretty excited.
The snow I get, but the really cold temperatures. I mean, we're supposed to be still in the 40s right now for average.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably a sign of things to come this winter.
Yeah, it's been weird. Like, winter had been coming later and later. Like, we hadn't really been getting any winter until, like, December.
And even
which is
sometimes
weird
then,
for us.
Yeah.
And then last year we had that, remember that really cold snap at the end of December we had? Yep. That was really early. And this year we have, I mean, we didn't even get much of a fall because it poured rain.
Well, it was really hot, too.
And, yeah, it was hot for longer. And then all of a sudden it's just like, winter's here.
Hello. Hello.
It's so funny.
So I was thinking maybe next week we're going to have to record on, like, Wednesday.
Okay.
Probably.
That's probably fine.
Maybe we just do another, like, just short intro, kind of, and if we want to do a pick, and then do, like, a tour of the shop again. Like, we've been getting a lot of requests from people to do a shop tour, and just make it a little less of a normal episode.
Mm-hmm. I'll might have my steaking video done by then, too.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to try to do that this weekend.
Okay. And if you want, if we can figure out how... I don't think I can pull... I might be able to pull a video over from Dropbox. I'm just from a formatting issue. I don't know if your camera or your whatever you're going to put it on is in the same format that I can pull it into the editing program.
I might be able to. I know you can do quite a bit of editing through YouTube.
Okay.
So I might be able to just upload it there, and even if I can upload it there, then you might be able to pull it over and do some editing too.
The problem is when I pull it over from YouTube, it doesn't download as a high def for some reason.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
The quality is stinky.
When you re-upload, it would be
really bad.
Gotcha. We'll figure something out. I actually have some editing software too.
Okay.
So I can see what I can do, and then.
Okay.
I thought actually about we've got the extra iPad here, and maybe just recording on that.
If you do that, then I can transfer. The two iPads can talk to each other, so I can actually transfer the video from one to the other, to this one, and then I can edit it and put it up so it's in the same format as the rest of them.
Cool.
That's probably a good idea.
The easiest way to do it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. now that we're all... you could probably take the microphone, too.
Mm-hmm.
And the tripod and stuff.
And the stand and everything, and then I can just kind of set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think when I did the tutorial videos, I used my phone because I have, like, a little tripod.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to just tilt it so I could see. Anyway.
Yep.
Because that's the hard part, is doing the filming. If you start and you're running into problems, or like you need like a third set of hands, just like text me, and when my parents are here I can run over and hold the camera, or something, because that's the part that gets awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is trying to get the angle right so people can see, because you almost have to it almost has to be like straight down like this. Mm-hmm. And then that's kind of really awkward.
Yep.
But we can figure it out.
Okay, I'll play around with it a little bit and see what I can do, and then go from there.
Okay, cool. We should probably 10 minutes in again of just random chit chat.
It's about average for us, right?
Yeah, it is. It totally is. Totally. Oh, I had another thought. Kelly's like, oh God, stop thinking. Stop thinking. For the food drive, do we want to give people entries if they also just want to give cash and don't want to bring, like one entry per, I don't know, $5, or one entry per $10, or, something like that? Because I know a lot of the food shelves need money just as much.
Yeah. And sometimes that's easier.
And that's easier for people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we could do that.
So if we're doing one entry for every two items, we do one entry for every $5 of cash?
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just people don't have to. Okay.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, because I know sometimes they get discounts sometimes to buy products. So
And then they can buy specifically
whatever they're low on or need.
Yep. So we'll throw that out as an option as well.
That's a really good idea.
Okay. I have them occasionally.
I know.
Sometimes. Okay. Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay. We have dark background today because the lights just went out.
I know if they go out on us, and we'll have to throw a gauge at the sensor. I won't.
I don't think it'll work. We've tried that before. Haven't we tried throwing yarn at it before and it doesn't work?
Yeah, but I don't know if my aim was good because I was throwing kind of behind me, so.
I'll go give a quick run and turn the other ones on. They're going to go off and there's nobody here to turn them back on because the store's closed. But I'll go give us a fighting chance for the first part of the podcast. Not have to go very far.
No, not and
Plus,
towards the
everybody
back.
wants to see Snug, right? Snug!
Woohoo!
Woohoo! It's done.
Snug in all her glory.
Hasn't
Angela is snug as a bug in a rug.
Snug as a bug. I haven't blocked it yet, so.
You would never know.
Thanks.
It looks good. I like it.
I'm hoping that because it's superwash, the stitches will relax a little bit when it hits the water, but I just didn't have time.
Yeah, I bet it will.
And it wouldn't have dried, so.
You couldn't have worn it,
And I couldn't have worn it, and that would have been really sad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking of all of you out there in podcast land.
It's all for you.
It's all for you.
Yep.
All right. We ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Ready.